are at Tapas Caliente restaurant in Desmondine, and we're here to taste some exciting food cooked by Amit, who is the owner. So let's have a chat with Amit and hear what he's cooking for us today. Hi Amit.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how's it going?
Good.
We're really excited to be here today. Excited about what you're cooking.
Really excited to have you here. Welcome back. It's always nice to have you here.
Thanks. I know coming to somebody's restaurant, they always have stuff on the menu that's mostly about them and what they like about food. So I'm excited to be away from your menu and have your personal take on like what is your favorite food and stuff like that.
Well, you know, I'm definitely a foodie and I love all kinds of food. It's not so much about the particular dishes on our menu, but it's really the whole style of eating. You know, tapas in Spanish means to cover, and it basically alludes to, you know, in the olden days when you went to visit someone. You know, it's in Spain, it's hot, it's flies everywhere. So when they offered you a drink, they would give you something to cover your drink with, and then they would put some snacks in it, like peanuts or whatever they had lying around the house. And tapa means to cover, and that's where the word.
Okay, so today we're gonna basically make the only thing that's on the menu, which is my recipe.
Okay.
Now, to start off with, I gotta say, I'm not really a big believer in set recipes. I think when you're cooking, you know, your hand and your mind, it tells you how much is enough, you know, and what you're in the mood for and that kind of thing. So I've never really been a big fan of measuring out stuff, but rather just feeling out ingredients and throwing them in. So
basically you just wing it.
I basically wing it. So today we're going to do ribs, which I know is a big favorite. I know it's one of the most popular things on our menu. And I think it's very popular in general as well. Everybody loves ribs.
Yeah, true.
So I thought we'd do ribs and we'd do a little potato salad on the side.
Okay, nice.
Basic stuff, but comes out nice. Okay. So we can start with the ribs. Take your ribs. You know, ribs almost everywhere have a few basic ingredients that are common to everyone. So I think the best way forward is for us to just go straight in with it. So I think we'll just do the one portion. Take these on the side. So rib marination, basic ingredients. Take your ribs, soya sauce. So like I was saying, no measuring sticks.
You just measure with your eyes.
Eyes and your heart. Soya sauce. Honey.
So is it like a sweet and sour dish or?
Yeah, so I guess it's almost teriyaki. You know, it's your main flavor is soya sauce and honey. So it's your sweet and sour. And then of course, you know, you have your basics. So you got your soya sauce, your honey, fresh chopped ginger. Fresh chopped garlic, and for those that like spice, gotta have the chili sauce. In this case, this is our restaurant's homemade chili sauce.
Oh, okay. Is it really hot? Or is
it's reasonably hot, but we get great reviews on it.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I'd use this.
Okay, nice.
So,
do you feel like the longer you marinate it, the softer the ribs are?
Not only softer, but the deeper the flavors penetrate.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, we're actually not going to cook what I'm marinating. The ones that we're actually going to throw on the fire have been marinated for 48 hours already.
Oh, okay.
So you know,
48 hours.
yeah, once, and then spring onions. Doesn't really need salt and pepper. You know, the soya sauce has all the salt you need.
Yeah. That's
And yeah, you know, from the chili sauce it has all the spice basically that you would need. And that is all it takes. Literally 5 ingredients.
nice.
Then
You just
you got to get into it
yeah.
and get messy and feel it and really just kind of rub it in a bit.
That's why we say cooking is an art form, because you have
Yeah, and you got to
to be artistic about it.
and you gotta love it. I think feel it, love it, just rub all that goodness on, and that's really it.
Okay.
You know, that is your
Marinate.
marinade done.
So-
Once it's marinated,
Uh-huh.
we
This aside here.
once marinated we let it sit for, look, I mean, you could pretty much cook it right away and it would still taste good, but I just feel the longer it sits, the more tender the meat gets, and also the deeper the flavor is going.
Okay.
So the ones we're going to throw on the fire now
And these
are
ones.
going to be the ones that we marinated earlier.
Okay. I've always wanted to say that. Here's one I prepared earlier.
Well, there you go. Okay, so these were done 48 hours ago,
Uh-huh.
and we can just go straight with them straight onto the fire, and these should start cooking away. So while we're waiting for the ribs to cook, maybe we can do a quick potato salad.
Okay.
Basic boiled potatoes, already cubed,
Okay.
and once again, simple ingredients, quick, easy, and wonderful. So you have your potatoes, make sure they're nicely cooked. You know, they don't have to be perfectly cubed. In fact, these days we like rustic foods.
Yeah, true.
If they're a little chopped up,
Uh-huh.
so much the better.
I think
So-
I've had a potato salad with the peel
Still on,
Yeah.
yes.
The peel of the potatoes.
Okay, so boiled potatoes.
Is this homemade mayonnaise?
This is homemade mayo. You can of course use the stuff straight from the store.
Uh-huh. So just a quick, what did you put in your homemade mayo?
It's egg white
Uh-huh.
beaten. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm sorry, that's the chef's recipe. I don't know. Okay, so mayo, mustard, if you're so inclined.
Okay, that's what I was asking, because I usually put, I mix the mustard into the homemade mayo.
Oh, I see.
So I was wondering why.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
so we'll do that separately here.
Okay.
Okay. Shallots. Green stuff. These are all the spring onions. Gives it color and crunchiness. And I also like to put just a touch of finely chopped onions. Sorry, I have rib fat on my fingers. Got it. And just a sprinkling of the onions. Salt, pepper, and sorry, can I just reach this napkin? And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Quick and easy,
Very simple.
under 5 minutes. Mix it all up.
Did you need a bigger spoon?
I think this will do.
Okay.
And you're good to go. We like to put this in the fridge for a bit. Let the sauces kind of meddle into the salad. And And this is our, what is
salad.
quickly becoming famous ribs and potato salad.
Nice. It smells delicious, by the way.
Thank you so much. And it's quick, right?
Yeah.
So you can pre-do some of this work, throw on the barbecue, and dinner's ready in no time. Kids love it, mommy loves it, daddy loves it. Goodness for the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple more minutes cooking. You know, the ribs, thin layers of meat,
Yeah.
should be done in no time, and we'll be ready to serve.
So as the barbecue is firing up and the ribs are getting ready. No, I just thought maybe you could tell us a bit about your business, what you do.
Well, I've been busy. I do a few things. You know, we have Kingfisher, the garden court here.
Okay.
It's about a 24-room hotel,
Okay.
complete with conferencing facilities, a restaurant, a bar. Then there's Tapas Caliente. There's Modern Press, which is, you know, all kinds of printing, stationery, and signage.
So how do you keep up with everything?
Yeah, to be honest, it's been crazy. It's crazy hours. You know, we start off early in the morning and we are often at it till late at night.
Okay.
But luckily, it's all stuff that we're passionate about. And it really feels like work. You know, it just feels
Yeah,
like
true,
we're
as
having
they
fun.
say, if you
Because-
don't want to work,
Yeah.
do something you're passionate about.
Yeah, so, you know, we, of course, the restaurant thing is definitely, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a big eater. Not so much into cooking as I am into eating, to be honest. And the little cooking that I do has come about because of my love for food.
Oh, okay.
So Tapas Caliente, definitely a passion project. You know, I've always loved the Spanish culture and Spanish food.
Have you been to Spain?
I haven't yet,
Okay.
and I very much look forward to going there soon. I've always loved their music, especially. So this was definitely a passion project. Luckily, we got a great team going. We got some chefs who had specifically trained in tapas cuisine, and then our management staff, our waiting staff. It's all come together. We're very proud of our team. So they do most of the work. You know, we don't really get too involved and too in their way.
So how often do you get time to cook? Because it sounds like you're very busy.
I do love to cook, but I unfortunately only manage to cook when we're out of town. So we have a small place in Siavonga.
Okay.
When we go there as a family, I'm responsible for all meals.
Oh, nice.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow, wow.
And it's a pleasure. The madam relaxes, gets a chance to chill a bit, and I get a chance to cook a bit.
Okay.
So we're all very happy.
Okay.
So, and that's really pretty much the only time chance I get to cook, you know. Yeah, and then, you know, Modern Press, also definitely a passion project. We do signage. All our Tapas Caliente signage is done at Modern Press. A lot of our interiors and our exteriors from our floor is printed at Modern Press. All the artwork on our walls is printed at Modern Press. So it's quite a creative little business that we have going on, and it's very exciting. It's also nice that we're here in Zambia at such a time when there's demand for such products. You know, everybody's trying to think out of the box. Everybody's trying to do something that the other guy has not yet done.
Yeah.
So it leaves us challenged. You know, it leaves us challenged, always trying to do new things, cool things, and that kind of thing. So it's exciting days, to be honest. Yeah.
No, I think I remember your parents used to have a restaurant.
Not a restaurant. My mom had a cook show
Oh, okay.
on ZNBC when I was like 6 years old or something.
Okay, okay.
So it started as a one-off thing, and then I think it eventually ran to a whole season and that, and she used to only do Indian food on the show.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, she was very excited when I was telling her about it tonight. I tried to drag her on, but she said she had played her innings already.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So how was that growing up, like with your mom being so into food and everything?
Yeah.
Do you think that has had an influence on your...
Yeah, for sure. Look, I don't think my mom was like into food more than any normal mom. You know what I mean? We were 3 kids. There was dad, and we had to be fed. So she was just doing her thing, but and Indian food is very exciting, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, by the way, I come from a 100% vegetarian household.
Wow.
I'm the only one who eats meat and chicken, and that's my
Really?
whole family.
How did that happen?
The thing is,
Were
it
you
wasn't
that
my
child
choice.
who's always eating at the
They were
neighbor's
already
house?
feeding me when I was a kid. They were already like, we'd go for a party, they'd be like, oh, what do you want? Their friends would be like, oh, give the boy a piece of chicken. And they didn't seem to have a problem with it. So by the time I grew up, I was already eating meat and chicken, but they
Wow.
never were.
So I bet your mom has like 1,000 vegetarian recipes she could share.
She can indeed. And I got to tell you, it's one of the main things that makes Indian food great.
The fact that there's so much diversity.
I don't think
within the
there's any
vegetarian.
other kind of cuisine that offers that much diversity in vegetarian food especially. So yeah, it's been exciting. It's been a great curve.
How are the ribs doing?
Yeah, they're looking good, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry. Cut through these. Yeah, just a couple more minutes maybe. Okay, so I have one little trick about these ribs that I like to think sets these ribs apart from most. And I'll tell you about them in a second. These little guys off first. Just give them a rough chop. It's always nice tearing the last bit off by hand.
Yeah, I think that's what makes ribs exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here's the final secret of these ribs. Although honey goes into the dressing, you've got to put more on once it's cooked. Because what happens with the honey is, it all gets caramelized and charred when you're cooking it.
Oh, so the honey is what makes
So
it
the
have a
honey
nice-
disappears, so you have that
Yeah.
nice charring from the honey, but you can't really taste it. And I think this is what gets everybody excited about our ribs, is this extra honey that goes on top. And
My
here
mouth
goes
is
your
watering.
ribs. Well, we're almost there. And here's your potato salad that we had just mixed up. Go straight onto your platter. Get all your sauces and all that goodness. Make sure it goes onto the potatoes. And a little bit of a garnish. Choice of herbs. One sprig to give it some extra action. And voila, there you have it.
Looks amazing.
Really excited to be here today. Excited about what
thing.
So you get your fork.
I can't wait to sit down and eat this. Are we gonna
Do you
maybe
wanna-
go and sit at the
Would you like
table?
to sit at the table, Lenny?
Yes.
Would you like to get a nibble right here while
Okay,
we're by
let
the
me-
barbecue?
I think let me have a taste and then we can go sit at the table.
Okay, that's it to you.
Nice.
I hope it's cooked.
Wow, this is delicious.
Good? Thank you so much.
No,
Glad
thank
you're
you.
enjoying it.
Really excited to be here today. Excited about what I'm cooking.
No, tonight's event is all Mastercook, man. It's Abigail and Mastercook. That's the event. I
And
can't.
then I'm
I need Yama somewhere in some form or the other. I hope you're into mustard. You didn't even realize.
All the things we are saying now.
We have one here now called La Bodega.
Oh, as we are at Tapas, of course we can't leave Tapas without having an injection. Our syringe, our jelly shot. So thank you so much for watching as we are winding up our meal and having our syringe. We shall see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.